Hi guys, it's a sick day. Where's my remote control? I think the world has ended. I think. Here it is. Why is there a network error? Oh, there's not. There was just a glitch in the matrix. Alrighty, come this way. Can I show you what I'm going to be up to? Yeah, I will. All right, into the office, the studio, the bits and pieces room of just, he does everything. He does everything. I mean, you can be a painter, you can do models. Anyway, if you haven't seen what Matt's done for me, Jazzy and my little Tinkerbell. Look at that. Okay, it's curling over. Right. He's put them on my table. I'm offended, actually. I know that like some of you guys out there are probably going, oh, he drew them for you. It's like, yeah, I know, but like, it's in my way. Anyway, my project next, I had to get these silly little things to through something. It's got a little stabby bit, you know. Let's eat some. Oh, get some sushi. All right, so basically, these, what do they look like? 4 little pieces of... I'm so good at this vlogging thing. I'm just, yeah, I know, right? That's why I have 1 million subscribers. It's just, for some reason, it just doesn't show. YouTube just doesn't tell anyone. It's like a secret. Anyway, I've got these little pieces of pie, but they're friendship bracelet bead looking. It's going to say my name. Say my name, say my name. Oh, with a croaky voice, don't do it. Don't do it, ladies. Look at this. The balls. It's all about the balls, isn't it, with me? What is it with balls? That's going to be the question soon. Awkward one. But anyway, that's going on one side. I have another packet for the other side, and that'll string across somewhere. No idea. Up here it's looking great. Look at this dish thing here. It's gorgeous. I'm still in the process of making it officey. My desk is too cluttered. That's temporary. That's not going to stay like this. This is just a mess. It's not how it's supposed to be. But, you know, when you're designing things and you don't know how it works until you start using the room. I've used the room for lots of different things so far, and I'm getting a feel for it. So I know, oh, that and this. Nightmare, right? And we finally are signing our lease. So the lawyer spoke to us yesterday, and we got the lease altered, and it all is perfect legally because I'm under the AAT. It's the only reason. Otherwise, there'd be like 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 other participants in the same position as me. So it'd be like, well, excuse me. Not one rule for one and a different rule for others. No, nobody likes that. I recently did a podcast. That was my charger. I'm gonna lie down. I woke up. Let me put you in here because I really need some assistance, guys. I am toe second. Okay, so I woke up this morning. It's the Mickey Mouse. Oh, that was a bit. It's the Mickey Mouse pajamas today. Actually, Minnie Mouse, sorry, and Daisy the duck. Okay, if I had a hobby farm, I would have a duck. He'd be called Donald though, because I like Don and Donald. I think that's cool. I like sophisticated names. Like my grandfather used to have a sausage dog exactly like him. Guys, I know you want to have your turn and you'll get your turn on camera in a minute to say hi to people. They're so chatty. I know, Jazzy. I'm showing them Winston. This is Winston. New fidget. He's full of sand. Dogs always are, aren't they? They're pretty messy animals, and I love them so much, but the lickiness, ugh, I can't handle it, and it upsets me because I want a dog. So maybe in the future, if I have a service dog, which like a seizure dog. Oh, that would be a dream. That would really help because seizures are traumatizing. If I had a dog around me, I would just feel so much safer. Seizures are an awful thing. The predictable phases of seizures. I know, right? Good point, Jazzy. She's getting political this morning. Full on. The chicks. You know, it's how it is around here. But basically, this is a really good one. This come from City Beach. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So anyway, I'll put him down for now because it's distracting more than it is like making me focus. Some of them distract me more than they make me focus, and that's a good thing. Sometimes I need a distraction. But basically, yeah, I woke up this morning, early hours of the morning. I'm having problems with I have a level 4 pressure care mattress, right? And it's wonderful when it works. But basically, it's been malfunctioning. It's been doing something wrong. And basically, it has been pumping up really hard and waking me up in the night. So it's meant to be an alternating mattress, meaning when I move, it's meant to re-level the bed for me. When you're bedridden, that's what you need. I have had bed sores. I have been someone that has suffered a lot of that. So this is my prevention. Even just being in that hotel for, 2 weeks, guys, wasn't it? If anyone knows my dramatic past of being homeless twice, yeah, it's great. I love my country so much. I know we've talked about the politics, but guys, we really should not. Christoph, shh. We shouldn't. That's really not, sorry guys, very political Christoph is. He gets on his podium and he just preaches, don't you? Good boy, you eat up. Eat some dinner. Gosh, that was intense. That was Christoph then, my boy. Oh, we're going to take turns in the feeding thing. Jazzy, that is not feeding, that is pretending. Oh my God. She shows her butt off all the time. I swear to God, she's got an Instagram account that I don't know about. Should I be worried? All right, now it's playtime. Am I going to have to put... They're playing, guys. Am I going to have to put you guys in the other room while I do the video? It's playtime, isn't it? Okay. No, all right, it's cheeky time. Okay, well, I'm going to put them in the other room because that's just not acceptable. Okay? I'm a budgie mum. Girl Scout. Taking this very seriously. These are animals. God says look after the animals too. Did you not read that part? I think a lot of people forgot that part. Are we going to be quiet? Oh, you promise, but you never fulfill. And then the cat, well, he's in like catatonic state over here under a blanket. Meowing all morning. I have no idea except for he knew I had a migraine that was like level 10 plus. He knew. And he stood near me and he stares at my head. Weird. But he knows my pain. So I had to soothe him as well because he was so stressing out. I had to... Oh, I got stuck on something. I had to soothe him as well by in the bathroom. I don't know if you can see. There's that tunnel. See the tunnel with the little snake? I had to put that there and he loved it. And then I had a visitor and he got a little upset with me about that. So then he went under the blanket and he hasn't come out. I'm trying to get him to come out. So anyway, I woke up, so much pain. My neck. I've got CCI, guys. It's not a good thing. But in Australia, they're being assholes. So I'm hoping in the private, once I've got, I guess, about 12 months of it, I can get more help. But I've got CCI. I'm supposed to get the injection, which would give me pain relief. I'm an idiot, really. But I have this thing, sensory, where I can't have anything put in my neck. my dentist works very closely with me because of this. I had a really traumatic experience at the dentist as a child, being nonverbal, because in those days they didn't know autism. They just thought I was slow. So basically, I'm lying there in the chair. I had 4 fillings in 1 week. That's brutal to start with. And then second to that, you're supposed to put your arm up when it's too painful. Being nonverbal is more than just not saying words. Sometimes we can't do our body language to suit the scenario, guys, and I suffered in silence. And I remember the tears just, I couldn't speak. I mean, naturally they're working on my mouth, yes, but I didn't do that. I couldn't. And I wasn't given aids to do so. So, like I said in my podcast, you know, things have come a long way. But that was brutal, and just things just around there. I'm just like, oh, please just get away. I have a very good dentist now. She's awesome. I have to travel to Mandurah for her, but she's worth it. So is my podiatrist. Why are all the good ones in Mandurah? The old people. They go to retire in Mandurah. That's the retirement place. That's kind of what we were trying to do. Medically retire. So basically, but then everything went woohoo. But basically, it's brain went offline. Sorry. Neurology. This is a sick day, guys. This is my reality. And I wanted to show it for this reason too, that I love making my videos, don't get me wrong, and they're all authentic when I'm in my good space of health. But oh gosh. When I'm not well, I don't film. Christoph, you're a shit stirrer. Behave. Good girl, Jazzy. Good girl. No, I know it's him. It's totally him. Is he getting frisky, is he? Christoph. They're playing chasey. Anyway, you're distracting me. He's too cute. Stop it. So cute. Jazzy. Christoph. All right, I'll take them out there. 2 seconds. I'll let him look outside. Obviously, there's something outside he needs to see. He's so controlling. Oh, gosh. Getting up is exhausting. Oh, gosh. Okay, so this is like a common day for me. But the pain is just because, like I said. So I need to see an orthopedic surgeon to actually do surgery at some point, because it's going to get worse. With 22q, your spine slowly collapses, and that's what mine's doing. I have 3 discs that are just and one of them is the CCI. I have a lot of pain. Like, my pain levels are meant to be on a low dose of ketamine, but they have concerns for that for other reasons. 22q, you have so many physical problems. To fix one thing can break another thing, and it just okay, I'm missing chromosomes. It's gonna be a problem, isn't it? So let me just bring in closer because I'm struggling to twist. So I woke up with a massive migraine with this malfunctioning mattress, being run around. It's really hard, guys. Like, I'm supposed to rest when I know that my body needs it. Since I danced on the beach, I've had chest pain. I should not have done that. But it's almost like you have thoughts of like, okay, I'm deteriorating in certain areas, and what if I never get to what if I never get to dance, again? And I just want to make sure I can have something to kind of re-look at and go, oh yeah, I mean, I'm dancing pretty shit, don't get me wrong. But that's not the point of dancing. I've lost a lot of abilities with my neurology. My body doesn't move when my brain says it to do it. Um, there's so many things that I have forgotten. And so, like, when you have tonic-clonics, guys, the brain, it just wreaks havoc. That's why I have MND. Like, it's done so much damage to my brain, my speech impediment, a whole lot. And but it's just like I wanted to do things like that. Oh God, I just did it again. Sorry, I flinched my neck the wrong way. So I want to make sure I do these things. And the rest of the other things, it's like, I don't want to say, just oh, yeah, no, I can't sort of go do that kind of shopping and do all these things. I just want to go home and go to bed. Because it sounds depressing. And it is depressing for me. Going to bed in pain, suffering. And it doesn't have to be like this. But in Australia, health is shit. Health system is shit. And anyone that's in it in a, let's move it down a bit, in a big way, like myself, knows this. It's okay, like, if you've got cancer, it's not great, but you've got people that know it. When you have a rare syndrome, nobody knows it, including your specialists. Your life is in their hands. It's pretty fucking scary. When you need a specialist, like, one that's going to keep you alive. Sometimes it scares me. The symptoms of my heart, the feeling of the deterioration. Some days, like, Matt's trying to ask me and I say to him, like, I have this sense of dread. I have this, like, intense feelings of, like, my body's just packing in, which it is, but worse. But it passes. So it's like, do I overcome it? Obviously, I don't know. But I have these moments or a day where my body is just, I can feel every bit of it just struggling to tick along. And it scares me. It scares me because of my statistics, of my syndrome, with everything that I have. The direction my body's going, that kind of thing, And I know 50 is old to a lot of people, and it is, but when you have a genetic syndrome, it's young to be this sick, that I should be 70 and going through this, not 50. And when I look back at my life, all I've been is sick. And it makes me sad because I feel like my personality, yeah, you all know me, but the people in my life, the times where I might be like just totally quiet because I'm in so much pain, or I don't want to engage and interact because I'm in so much pain. I talk about physical pain. Times when you just want to, like, leave the room and go to bed because the pain's so bad, but it could be Christmas and you're trying to be present. You can't. That should be only happening when you're old, but for some of us, and then it's like, is this thing of like, I'm supposed to be grateful because I know there's a YouTube family out there who lost their daughter at 3, which is with 22Q, if you're lucky, if you make it to 3. I had a lot of problems when I was a child, very sick, anaphylaxis reactions to mosquitoes, for example. And basically, I've always struggled with my health. And I'm grateful that I got past 3. I'm grateful that I've had the life I've had. Every experience, every little, even the hardship. Even the hardship. And it's like, sometimes when I talk to Sir, you know, sometimes the conversation, it's interesting because sometimes it is on the lines of like, wow, like where have we been? What have we done? I mean, I've been a professional mum, professional housewife, and I did a good job. And I don't only just know this because of doing it and succeeding at it, and I'm very proud of myself for that. Even with the battle of autism. I'm not perfect, of course. I'm not saying that, but I did everything so great. And I know I did, not just because of, like I said, seeing my own success through feeling it, but like my parents-in-law, when they were alive, they watched me grow from this 17-year-old kid to a mom, and yeah. Every time I would say to them, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like am I getting this right? Like, and they're like, just chill. You're doing great. And I'm like, no, like, I've got to do better. And here I am, you know, raising kids. And, you know, for many years I was living alone, and I was studying, and I was working, and it was a lot. And I was so young, and I was just a robot. Except for when I was with my kids. And it was pure quality time. Like, I was the kind of mum that was like, I wanted to be a mum. I didn't just do it because, even though it could have happened just by being forced because of the, you know, beliefs of my family that women should stay home and have children. I'm not against it. I absolutely adored it. Best time of my life. Best memories of my life. Even if it was just racing down to the school to drop the library bag off for my autistic kid, say, because he's forgotten, and it's like, I'd giggle because it's like, oh, it's so him. Just things like that, just special. Just serving, guys. I know not everyone's religious and you can use it in a different way, but it's a vital thing to do for your growth, basically. Growing can be done alone. Yes, we have to do our learning alone. You know, no one can do it for you. People can support you through it, but you have to do it yourself. But sometimes helping others helps you. And I felt like having my children and doing all the things that I never had healed me, as well as I had the best experience with my children, if that makes sense. The only issue really I found hard was being an autistic mum, having sensory overload, and particularly because I wasn't supported by my mum. So she was the kind of mum was like, your kids, you manage them. She didn't want anything to do with it. So I had it hard, but that's okay, because my mother-in-law and father-in-law helped a lot, but they were a lot older. So I did not put pressure on them, because there has to be respect to their conditions. They both had medical conditions. So anyway, I had limited support. And I look at that all and I just think, how did I do all that? Just know, autistic women, girls, you can do it. You can be a great mom. I promise you, we make good mums. You know, I remember the cookbook I had for my kids. It tells you how many calories a 2-year-old's supposed to have. I needed to know that. Specifics. And yes, it's messy and it's sensory nightmare. I remember making chocolate crackles one Saturday. I thought this will be cool. It's been a long week. Let's make chocolate crackles, boys. And they're both sitting on the bench. And we're making chocolate crackles. And it's messy. And it's sticky. And I'm like, oh, so many regrets. But they were just loving it. Eating it before they were even going in the in the patty cake things. Which is fine because no one else was going to have any. It was just for them. And me. But you know, some of it was in their mouth and then some of it in the patty pan. And I remember getting out the shower one morning, getting ready for TAFE, and I used to have a home daycare who was like just gorgeous. And I remember coming around the corner to the kitchen, and my little 18-month-old, my youngest, was sitting at the bottom of the pantry, and he had flour all over his face, and he just blinked, and all this flour went, because I didn't have anyone there to help me. You see, it's this. I used to be. See, this didn't used to happen. My schedule was, and this is a tip, when you're on your own, you get up early. You make sure you get your hair washed, everything done for you, and then you wake them up, or you let them wake up if you're not on a schedule. It depends. It depended on what day I was having, but you know, for whether I had to go to either work or TAFE or anything. But basically, yeah, like you can do it. You could be a good mum as an autistic. The sensory is difficult, but I think it also helps you. Yes, it's not a cure, but it does help you get through. It just is further learning, I guess, just like anyone. Just because we're autistic doesn't mean that we don't have to do normal things. We still have to find our way round some of our complexities of what we face. So we don't get to be a mum like others, and we might fail with some things because of our autism. But it's not our fault. We do our best. But yeah, I just look back at that, and then with Sir, you know, being gone 12 hours a day, it's just like, it was insane. Never getting holidays because of the pressure of the era for X-Gen. It was pressure. It was put your head down, that was it. And middle class, it was control. I mean, it was good income. That's why we had to put up with so much abuse, really, from his workplace, you know. So when we did have holidays, they were super cool to make up for that, you know. And a lot of them camping, regardless of whether we went, say, on a plane or anything like that. So we did variety, even staycays and things like that. But it's just, it was really tough when I look back, you know. Especially when they get to teenagers and they're having emotions and they don't want to talk to you, but you want to talk to them because you want to make sure they're okay, but they don't want to. And they think that if they share with you, it's all going to be bad. And it was tough. Where we lived, the kids were fuckwits. Awful. Awful. I'm sorry. Only one of my kids' year group I approved of. The rest of it, shit. And I was very angry about it because the unruliness was just disgusting. And I wasn't impressed even when I had my 15-year-old, I think he was, 16, come home drunk. I appreciate that his friend called and did the right thing because he's meant to be at a sleepover. And these are parents that I knew since preschool. And anyway, he was throwing up at the toys. I'm sorry, Mom. I think this is like punishment. That's fine. I just sat with him at the toilet ground. Yeah, and I just said, yeah, this is what happens when you drink like that. You're just gonna have to sit it out. Do you want some water? That's punishment enough. Like, you just gotta love them through it. But they all do it. They all get up to mischief. But I think sometimes what makes me sad about my kids is I feel like they felt too indebted to actually please us parents, and it makes me sad because there was no expectation except for be happy and have your best life, live your best life, and also just, you know, there's just no expectation on who you are as a person, as an adult. Like, we don't want you to go out and conquer the world and be some big shots. Like, that is just not, they give a shit. Oh, I'm a millionaire, mum. So be it. Good on ya. Oh, mum, you know, I just do van life and just get enough money to travel Australia. That's cool. I dig it. Both. I don't care. I don't care. Live your best life. But basically, yeah, I think kids get caught up with thinking, hey, we're having a bit of a generational issue. And it'll come out more. There's a lot of us, but a lot of us are fighting the shame. Don't feel shame, any of you, and I know some of you don't. Stop. There's an issue going on, an era going on here that is making our millennials not understand us. We grew up so different. That's all it is. That's all it is. And the connection is just not connecting. So everything changed very quickly. And so you got to think, these kids that grew up, very different situation. So it's going to be very hard for us to connect with these ones. It's always going to be that way, and we're going to need tolerance both sides. That's simple as that. But yeah, basically, yeah, parenting is my best job. All my other jobs, I just don't really care. As a nail technician, that was fun, but my asthma said no, because of the chemicals. So I was like, oh, this is not fair. I really enjoy that. It's kind of autistic, right? And then, you know, because after uni I did that because I got sick. I got bitten by a tick, got very sick. So that was kind of my little home job, and then that stopped, and I went, well, can't do that, like I said, because my asthma. So I went into an IT job, like an idiot. I ended up loving it, but it wasn't really my thing. I'd get in there, and it was IT crowd style. We were all misfits. We were all probably autistic. Probably all autistic. Just think about that. And we'd go in our little office, and there's no window. There's no window. And we'd sit there and we'd be like, yeah, good morning. It's cold today, isn't it? Yeah. And we'd be typing. And we were just dorks. Just a bunch of dorks in a room. And I'm just writing about cruises. Yeah, this is wonderful. I was a copywriter. I was a SEO, so search engine optimization person. My stats went up, but I got pissed off because basically the boss gave Sir the credit, and I said, excuse me. No one listened. I was like, that whole month was mine. That's my stats. It jumped up because of me. Excuse me. Step aside, sir. I was good at it. I'll tell you now, SEO, IT, if you're autistic, it's your thing. It's a little bit coding. Hang on, there's someone at the door. Just the cleaner. Oh, he cleaned our rug at our front door. He's so sweet. He's really good. He cleans out our fresco out the front. I'm so blessed. But still, we have a long way to go for sick young adults. We really do, guys. We can't be put in elderly homes, like, you know. But yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Anyway. So, yeah, IT job is definitely a good job for autistics. I did enjoy that era. I enjoyed my university era more. That was fun. Every end of semester, we partied. Oh, yes, we did. Many different varieties of party. And then it was like Sir's corporate crap I used to have to go to. Oh, yes, I was trophy wife. Oh, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're such an idiot. I'm sorry if you're in that era. It's a rite of passage. Just don't worry about it. Just go for it. Be you. But I'm just saying, just stuff all nice and stuff. Oh, I've got to look pretty. Oh, I've got to look pretty. Yes, got to look pretty. And just like, and then of course the expectation from Sir, come on, it's the corporate event. You've got to get something nice. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to sit and civilize and eat like a lady. I do anyway, guys. I do it just at home in front of the TV. I still am. I've been trained. Oh my gosh. So basically, dressed up to the nines to go. Dressed up to the nines. I don't get that saying. Explain to me in the comments if you're neurotypical. What's that? Dressed up to the nines. What do you mean? Do you have to wear 9 things? I don't know. Basically, I had to get dressed up. And some of them would be theme, you know. Sometimes it would be a theme. Like, it was really weird. It was really, really weird. Because it was like, okay, I better get dressed up, do I? That's nice. Alright. It can be so uncomfortable. That's all I was thinking about. I'd get, you know, in the car, shoes off. Sometimes I'd even take the bra off, you know, in the car. I was just like, I'm done. Done. Or if it was the chicken fillets, you know, just flick them out. And the things I used to wear. Oh my gosh. My grandfather would have been like, oh, get that off, young lady. And then like, oh, the worst bit of corporate is not just the boss of like, oh, hello. And you're just like, ugh. No, it's not that. Then you get like, you know, say someone higher up in the what do you call them? The board of directors and things. And sometimes they'd come to a party and then they'd come along and they're a little bit older. Oh, and they're even worse. Just like, girls, ladies, you're so much luckier right now. Okay, it was so sexist not so long ago. This is like early 2000s, guys. Sexist. In a bad way. Not in like, I am very traditional. Sorry, I am. Not really, shouldn't apologize for it. I don't preach that you have to do it that way. You do it your way. But I'm just saying, like, I'm very traditional. Like, I'm just so not. And it was difficult because corporate wasn't conservative like I am. And I felt like the other ladies there that I had to mix with who were workers, when I wasn't working, I worked, like I said, very small pockets because of my health and my children. I want to be with my children. But basically, I used to cry when I was at work and it was 3 p.m. I used to cry. And my kids said they hated daycare. So I said, well, I'm not doing this to my kids. Kids come first. But basically, like the other ladies, they're all businesswomen, you know, and I'm like, I don't speak businesswoman. I felt so immature compared to them, and I was. And of course, they looking at me like, oh, you're just the trophy wife that's at home all day just spending his money, are you? I'm like, shit, yeah, I am. Bless you. But I cook and I clean and I do a lot of work, okay? Monday morning, yeah, I'm cleaning shitty toilets. Don't you tell me I'm not doing my job. I'm making sure those kids are getting educated and getting tax paid. Fuck you, government. Show some respect. Where's my medallion per child? Australian government. 2 taxpayers. And they bred 2 more. One of them so far. Okay. I did my job. Anyway, I'm a free woman now. I'm a free range chicken all on my own. They've settled down. So, oh, and he's just living his best life. Look at this. Living his best life. William, do you want to contribute before we say goodbye? No? Silence over there, guys. I'm so sorry for that. He does not want to participate in this conversation one little bit. But anyway, that's a little bit of my life before I got, like, severely sick. I also was running a non-profit for women. Started it myself. So, my 5-year plan, that was my final step. But, yeah, I got very sick. And it got to the point where my seizures were, every time I would go to work, I'd come home. Normally I would have dinner, sort of, some things prepared before, in the morning before. Because luckily in that kind of work, you start at sort of 10 a.m. It's quite nice. I could get a lot done. I could get shopping done in the morning, so much done before I went to work. So basically, but I still had to pick up keys and things like that. So I come home, cook dinner, and yeah, I would have seizures every single day that I went to work. And I had to give up my dream job. I was about to bring on some more people of my level to run the organisation. The goal was to grow it, right? I was so upset. And so many people said to me, look, just quit. You come first. But there was all these ladies in need. And look, I respect that. They're in need. And they're begging me not to. And it was the hardest decision I had to make. I had to do it. I still had 2 kids at home, 2 adult kids. So they were doing their own thing. But that's a lot too. I'm still cleaning their rooms, buying them socks and underwear, and making sure that, you know, their bed sheets are changed, making sure that, you know, their rooms are clean. And so I still, you know, getting their driver's license in Australia, it's bloody, 40 hours of driving is a lot on a parent per child. Well, I was going to have 6 kids, but because of high-risk pregnancies, I had 2. Doctor said he was mad at the second. He was like, that's it now. I was like, at least I've got 2. I was so sick, guys. So sick. That's connected to gastroparesis. If you have hyperemesis, gastroparesis is what you have. Okay, but basically, anyway, I wanted 6. Thank God I didn't. Or maybe I would have done well with that. I don't know. You can't predict these things, but that's kind of my life. A little bit. I wanted to share a little bit because, I don't know, sometimes even people that know me in the here and now don't know who I used to be. I used to be a very busy person. I'm a type A personality, ADHD, a go-getter, and I've been flawed by this, but the rest is worth it because you know why? It keeps me alive, so I will always do it. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that on a sick day, I am, that's kind of weird, isn't it? That cat is just, that's ridiculous. Seriously, you just look so not in pain, comfortable. I don't know that feeling. Cannot relate to you, sir, at all. Can you? Anyone else who's sick out there, I take my hat off to you. Life is hard enough. Being autistic is hard enough. Being physically ill is hard enough. It doesn't matter what your struggle. You might not have any of those struggles, but other ones. To you. But yeah, my neck is really hurting. So I'm going to go and I'm going to sign off And I hope that sorry, indigestion. Yeah, I hope that my podcast, I can expand upon that, because I don't feel like the last podcast was explaining enough. I don't have enough time in that. I'm not very good at being concise. It's an ADHD problem. Yeah, I can talk forever. I wanted to be a preacher at one point. No, I did. Stop laughing. It's the truth. Have you not seen The Vicar of Dibley? Yeah, she's cool. I know she's not real vicar, but you know. But anyway, my life has changed a lot with my health. So if you can relate, let me know. If you've learned something just about me and you've been following my channel for just any other reason, let me know what you think. Is it what you expected of what I was like before? Before vlogging, basically. Before, you know, vlogging is... Getting sick is why I've turned to vlogging, basically, because I can't be out there. I can't function because I'm so sick. So, yeah. Just let me know what you think, I guess. That was my life. It was hectic. And the best thing that I used to miss, that I miss, that doesn't make sense. The best thing that I miss is those times of just, you just clean the house, it's nice and clean, you've been shopping, you've got everything ready for the weekend, because everyone's always hungry on the weekend, and you know that everyone's going to be home, and you know, especially in summer, and you get the pool ready, everything's ready to go, and you clean the house, and the house, because I'm a display house person, I'm sorry. I am a homemaker. I will never stop being a nesting person. So I nest a lot, and then I get all hot and I dive in the pool. And yeah, everyone would get home on a Friday and it'll be like, yeah, party. Yeah, Sir and I would do karaoke. That was embarrassing for my kids. Anyway, we had a great time. It's bloody good. Karaoke of the 80s music. Fun. And then swim on the weekends. It was beautiful. Those were the good days. So having a family is great. And remembering those memories is something that no one can take from you. And if your family after 2020 is intact, that's great. In Australia, we've had a bit of problems with that. I don't know if it's Australia only, so please comment below if your country is different to Australia and has had a sudden change with families after 2020. So I'd love to know. Yeah, while 2020 was going on, I had rickets. So, yeah, because of because of the COVID thing, the lockdown, I wasn't getting medical attention, and not good. So anyway, signing out. Thanks for listening. And this is a sick day of a lot of pain. The medication's all on top of it, and you can probably see it in my eyes. And I'm due for more medication because I'm starting to struggle with this pain. It's starting to climb. It's getting to like 2 something in the after 2:30 in the afternoon. But now that I have private cover, I'm really hoping that I can get the help that I need for this pain, because I'm supposed to be on double some of my pain meds, but I can't afford them. Isn't that unfair? And this is Australia, the lucky country. Fuck off. Not for healthcare. Don't be born with a syndrome, rare syndrome here. Especially not Western Australia. Go over to Sydney or somewhere else. Anyway, take care, guys. And to any of you who are carers, who are disabled or just having a struggle, I love you, and you can do this. I believe in you. We always get through, don't we? Take care. Bye.